Breaking now at 6, 9 people are dead in a devastating tragedy in Fall River. What we're learning about the fast-moving fire at an assisted living facility.
Plus, the harrowing accounts from those who made it out and the families waiting for answers as survivors of the fire are treated for their injuries.
Heat and humidity increasing over the next couple of days. Heat advisories posted for the next few. How it plays out in my forecast.
And a generous surprise in a Cape Cod community, the retiree helping fund a special news spot for teenagers.
Live on WBZ-TV and streaming on CBS News Boston. WBZ News starts now with breaking news.
The smoke was too heavy, and then the sprinkler system sprinkled hot water on me. And there was no way to get out. I tried.
Emergency crews say it was all hands on deck as they raced to rescue people trapped in an assisted living facility in Fall River. 9 people were killed and dozens more were hurt as smoke and flames tore through Gabriel House. We are learning more about some of the victims who died in this terrible fire. This is Eleanor Willette, who is 86 years old.
We have just learned the names of more of the victims. 64-year-old Rui Albernaz, 61-year-old Ronald Codega, 69-year-old Margaret Duddy, 78-year-old Robert King, 71-year-old Kim Mackin, and 78-year-old Richard Rochon. 2 others have not yet been identified tonight.
And the biggest question, of course, how could this happen? Thanks for being with us. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm Courtney Cole. David is off tonight. We're learning more about the victims and survivors of this tragic incident. We have a team of reporters covering all angles of this story tonight. We begin with WBZ's Louisa Moeller with the very latest on the investigation.
Just people everywhere, screaming.
This witness video shows the frenzied scene. Firefighters on all 3 levels of the Gabriel House assisted living facility in Fall River.
But they were carrying hands and feet. They were screaming we need a medic, we need a medic.
The flames ripped through the front of the building as the smoke spread throughout the 100 units. One firefighter described the horror he saw inside.
They raised a ladder. I went in. I didn't have an air tank or anything. First room empty. Second door I kicked in, body. Next room empty, next room body. I just kept yelling. Guys kept coming down. We kept dragging them out.
9 people were killed and more than 30 transported to the hospital, including 1 in critical condition.
There were multiple victims hanging out the windows, screaming and begging for help and to be rescued.
By daylight, debris lay everywhere, air conditioning units on the ground, smashed out windows. As crews began to put boards up, Governor Maura Healey toured the devastation, recognizing the terror that residents felt and the challenges that faced first responders.
Many were immobile, many had oxygen tanks. They were severely compromised individuals in this assisted living facility.
The governor and the fire chief praised the heroism of firefighters, but some of them say they did all they could without the support they needed, arguing the fire department is understaffed. Some responded from off duty without protective gear or breathing apparatus.
We did the best we could with what we had, and what we had was not enough.
People who live nearby will not soon forget what they saw.
It's awful, awful, awful.
At this early point, the chief giving no indication as to how this fire started. The Fall River Fire Department and the State Department of Fire Services are investigating. In Fall River, Louisa Moeller, WBZ News.
Louisa, thank you. We know there were about 70 people at Gabriel House at the time of the fire. And tonight, dozens of survivors have been displaced. Many are shaken by their ordeal and by the loss of their friends. WBZ's Christina Rex has that part of the story.
I'll never forget it. I will never forget this nightmare. Never. Never.
A nightmare. That's how the residents of Gabriel House will remember the harrowing moments they escaped a fire that took the lives of 9 of their neighbors.
I got up and I opened my door and the smoke just hit me. It filled my whole room and the bathroom. I tried to get out. I tried the exit. I couldn't get out to the exit door.
So Lorraine Ferrara was pulled out her bathroom window and down a ladder by firefighters. It was was a chaotic scene, one where many of these residents feared they would not survive.
I thought I was going to die. I thought this was it. It's all over. It's all over for me. That's what I thought.
Now they're at a nearby community center, being fed and counseled after they lost nearly everything.
Nobody left with anything. I was lucky to have this, but everybody else's medication, money, everything is gone, gone, gone. All of it.
Relocating the dozens of residents is a challenge, as many of them are elderly or have complicated medical issues. The mayor says the city's taking every step to place them with needed care.
I'm not putting them out on the street. I want to make sure everybody has a place. That's very, very important to me personally. And we'll keep this open if we have to.
Oh, fall risk. Al Almanza was pulled through the smoky halls by first responders.
All the smoke from the hall were right in my face, and all what I could do was just stand there and choke. And I thought it was going to be the end of everything.
That fear still shaking these neighbors who are remembering some of their best friends lost in the fire.
They both tell me every day they love me, and I tell them I love them.
Those residents tell me they ate together, they did Bible study together, so Gabriel House was a close-knit community. Now many of those residents are here at this community center coming together, grieving that awful loss. In Fall River, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
Dozens of people were injured in the fire and are being treated at nearby hospitals. WBZ's Logan Hall is at Rhode Island Hospital in Providence, where families are praying their loved ones will pull through.
Yeah, that's right. Good evening. There are still several people in critical condition after this deadly fire in Fall River. We spoke with one family whose loved one suffered severe burns to about 50% of her body. She's being treated right here in Providence at the Rhode Island Hospital's burn unit. Now, this family says that it was an extremely difficult situation for them. It was a heartfelt and at many times tearful conversation as they navigate this terrible tragedy.
She means a lot to me besides my mother. She's the one that I call. We talk every day on the phone.
It's been an unimaginable day for Fall River resident Priscilla Andrade, whose aunt Brenda Andrade is in critical condition after the fire at the Gabriel House assisted living facility. Around 11 p.m., she learned about the fire and immediately began calling family members, praying that her aunt was okay. Around midnight, her cousin called and told her that she was among those injured.
My cousin hit me up and said, "It's Auntie Brenda." I said, "No." I said, "Is she alive?" She goes, "Fire right now, yes."
Her aunt suffered severe burns to about 50% of her body and was transferred here to the Rhode Island Hospital's burn unit. She says that she always wished that she had the space to take Brenda into her house and that she had growing concerns about the level of care and quality of living at the Gabriel House.
They don't check on you like normal, like a hospital would. All they did was come in, give her pills, and that was it. She didn't want to take her pills, okay. There's a few times I went there, the pills are on the floor.
David Dixon lost his 86-year-old mother in the fire. He says he still hasn't had time to process the emotions and is still trying to wrap his head around the logistics of what happened.
Me, I'm all right now. I don't know what it's going to be like later, like maybe when it all sinks in. I really don't know.
Priscilla was just at the Gabriel House yesterday and is terrified that that was the last time she might see her Auntie Brenda.
It's scary because I can't get to her to let her know that I'm here.
So several members of the Andrade family are at the hospital right now, actively awaiting an update on Brenda's condition. They are spending every waking moment praying that she makes it out alive. Reporting in Providence, Logan Hall, WBZ News.
Gabriel House opened back in 1999 and was home to about 70 people before this fire.
WBZ's chief investigator, Cheryl Fiandaca, did some digging today into the owner.
This is the owner of Gabriel House, Dennis Etzkorn. He's said to be cooperating with the investigation into the deadly fire at the assisted living home in Fall River. The blaze tore through the building, killing 9 and injuring 30. Debbie Johnson worked at the home for 4 years and told WBZ about the conditions inside.
They had cockroaches, infested with cockroaches, bed bugs. It was dirty. They don't deserve to live in those quarters.
The I-Team learned Gabriel House is owned by Gabriel Care Incorporated. Secretary of State records show Etzkorn is the president, treasurer, and secretary of the corporation. It also has 100 units and opened in 1999. The facility provides housing, personal care, and food to residents. Its last building certificate was issued in October of 2024. Etzkorn owns other healthcare-related businesses in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and has been involved in legal controversies over the years. In 2010, he faced discrimination charges by a female employee. In 2012, the Attorney General indicted him on a kickback scheme involving Medicaid. The charges were later dismissed. In 2014, Charlie Baker's campaign returned donations from him. And in 2017, he faced criminal charges in connection with state sanitary code violations. Those charges were later dropped. And late today, in a statement Etzkorn gave to the Boston Globe, he said he was devastated by the tragedy and would continue to work with authorities to find the cause and origin of the fire. Cheryl Fiandaca, WBZ News.
Good work, Cheryl. Thank you. And as this story broke today, we brought you updates and live news conferences on our free streaming service, CBS News Boston. You can find that on the CBS News app, Pluto TV, and our website, WBZ.com.